Hi, I just wanted to come on here today and talk about letting go of the old story with your twin flame. I have noticed that there are many comments that come through within the video comment section from people that are holding on to resentment and anger towards their twin flame. This is very common and it's very normal to have these feelings at some point on this twin flame journey. But we also have to move past this at some point as well, because this is what's going to keep you stuck, on this journey, is really holding on to those strong emotions and really holding on to the old story and reliving the past and things that have happened and really holding on to the hurt from things that may have happened in the past. But at some point, you have to move past this and see the bigger picture, which is that you are one soul. And so everything that is happening to you is happening for you. This is not a normal 3D connection, and you really can't treat it as such. You just can't. You are sharing a soul, and you are here to help each other grow and evolve and heal. And unfortunately, a part of that healing is actually having to look at those things, head on, face to face, and really face them, to see them, to experience them fully in order to bring them right up to the surface to be healed. And that's what your twin flame does at some point on this journey. I did a video called Twin Flame Mirroring, and this really explains what's going on there and why that your twin flame will do these things that may be hurtful and, cause pain at times. And so I would recommend that you check that one out. I've actually done several videos on this subject to understand what's going on when, they are doing things that are unpleasant or things that don't make you feel good, and why those things are happening. Another one is, why does your twin flame hurt you? That's another one you could have a look at. But the twin flame mirroring, I think, really explains this pretty well. And it's really important to see the bigger picture of what's really going on there in order to move past, the hurts and the things that have happened in the past and realize why they happened, and to see the bigger picture and actually move forward. Our mind is extremely powerful, and the more that you focus on that old story, the more that it's going to stay the same. It's not going to change until you change your mind deeply and start seeing your twin for who they really are, to see them at their core on a soul level rather than this 3D stuff that we are seeing played out. That's really just an illusion. If you can expand your consciousness far enough, you'll see that those things that they may have been doing that didn't feel good and caused pain were actually there to show you where you need to heal and where you need to what you need to let go of, and how you can really step into your power and what was really holding you back. All these limiting beliefs that we have that maybe we aren't even aware of, that are hidden deep within our subconscious, our twin is going to bring that right up to the surface, because you share a soul, and that is their job. You are ascending together, and you have to let go of all of those limiting beliefs. You have to let go of all the things that are holding you back from really stepping into your power, stepping into your higher self, and being the very best version of you. And so, the more that you hold on to that old story and keep blaming them and keep resenting them and keep seeing them in that old story, it will not change until you change your thoughts and your feelings towards them. You know, you have to create a whole new story in your mind and see past the 3D, see past the things that have happened in the past. You know, old hurts, you have to let it go. You know, you really do. You have to just let it go. And you can't, if you're going to keep holding on to it, you're not going to be able to move forward until you do. You have to. It's absolutely essential on this journey to let go of the past. You have to live in the now moment. Once you come to that surrender stage and you step into your divine feminine, if you're divine feminine, then you need to take your power back and let go of the past. Anything that happened in the past, you have to see that as lessons for you to grow as a person and to better yourself and to let go of those limiting beliefs. They weren't doing any of that because they wanted to. They were fulfilling the law. It's the law that they do that. They have to. Whatever your limiting beliefs are, they are going to play it out. They don't want to do this. Your twin flame wants union with you. Your twin flame loves you. It's your twin flame. They are the other part of your soul. You are a divine pair. You've incarnated on earth at the same time to evolve and ascend together. They want this as much as you do, but they cannot move until you heal and let go of the past. There's no getting around it. You've got to let go of the past. They weren't doing any of it to hurt you. You've got to stop seeing them in your mind as that limited person. You have to see them in their higher self. You have to see them healed. You have to see them stepping into their power. You have to see them loving you and treating you the way that you deserve, instead of holding on to those past resentments and only seeing the things that hurt you. If you can move past that, if you can let go of the old story and keep playing that old story over and over and over in your mind and keep feeling the hurt, you know, then if you can create a new story, you will see things change in the 3D. It's our subconscious mind and it's our thoughts and our emotions that create everything around us. We have to start taking responsibility for what's happening, you know, to us from the outside in this 3D. If you don't like what you're seeing, you have to change it from the inside. This is an inside job. Once you change that story from the inside, it will change on the 3D. But if you keep seeing them in a negative light, then things won't change. It's not going to change until you change the story. You have to see them as a divine masculine. You have to see past the 3D. Expand your consciousness, you know, pull it back a bit further. See things from a soul level. Stop seeing it from a 3D relationship. They did this to me mentality. You have to stop it. If they're your twin flame, everything that happened to you was happening for you to learn something about yourself, for you to grow, to heal, to become a better version of yourself. You're here to help each other. And sometimes that help doesn't come the way we want it to come, or doesn't look the way we expect it to look. Sometimes they have to hurt us for us to really change and evolve and grow. It's not a pretty process. It's just not. Anytime you're dealing with shadow work or this deep subconscious insecurities and, you know, really dealing with these things that are holding us back, healing from that is not a pretty process. Okay? It means, you know, facing it head on. It means looking at the ugly, dirty truth of what's really in there. You know, you can't heal it until you actually see it. You know, as long as it's hidden in there and nobody shows it to you, you can never heal it. They love you so much that they are willing to hurt you so that you can heal and grow. You have to see past the 3D and see it from a soul level. Anytime that these sort of things happen, you really need to understand why it's happening. Okay? There's a limiting belief. There's something in there that has created that circumstance in your 3D. So I would really recommend having a look at that twin flame mirroring video that I did if you haven't seen it already. That really kind of goes into more detail about, you know, that mirroring that we do. And so if you're struggling with this, if you're struggling to let go with that, the past pain and the things that have happened, then you need to find a way to really start to see past that. You need to start to expand your consciousness and stop seeing it from a 3D level and start seeing it from a soul level, and trying to see what you can learn from those things instead of blaming the other self, and realize they are you, and anything they are doing to you, you are doing to yourself. That is the twin flame journey. And whatever is happening for your own good. You know, sometimes those things aren't pleasant. Sometimes those things don't feel good. But that's how we grow. And if you can get past that, and if you can actually let go of that old story and stop playing that out over and over in your mind, and you can start seeing them from their higher self, and you can start seeing that everything they ever did, even the things that didn't feel good, was because they love you, actually. That's how much they love you. They are you. They are you. And they're doing, anything that they are doing is for your own good. It's because they actually love you that much. And, you know, I realize there are different levels to the hurt and, you know, the actions of our other self. You know, I was kind of lucky in the sense that we didn't really do anything to each other that was actually that bad. You know, we didn't really go past a certain point of doing things that were very hurtful to each other. It was pretty minimal, and so I was lucky in that regard. You know, I definitely had some negative mirroring going on, but neither of us were actually ever cruel to each other. You know, we never said anything mean to each other. We never actually blocked each other. If I ever came to him, he would never tell me to go away. And the same for me. If he ever came to me, I would never tell him to go away. We were always pretty kind to each other in that way. And maybe it's because, you know, we're both quite sensitive people and quite empathetic individuals, and you know, I think that we both knew that if we ever did anything, you know, we would never go that far, basically. You know, we were never in an actual relationship, so you know, there was never any actual cheating or anything like that went on either, because we were just casual friends that would hang out. We didn't even have a sexual connection. It was pretty, you know, innocent. You know, we would only, you know, kiss and cuddle here or there, but we weren't, you know, having a hot and heavy sexual connection, which I think is probably trickier when, you know, because once you start having sex with somebody, the emotions start to really ramp up and are, you know, quite more intense. And, you know, anytime somebody else would, be involved, you would feel betrayed. And I totally understand that. So there are different levels to this. And so I do have empathy for those who have, bigger betrayals from their twin. And that's where it would get a little bit trickier, where, if your twin did some really awful things, it would be harder to, let go of that. But it just means that you're going to have to go in deeper and spend a bit more time in there to heal that and to let go of that old story. I would really recommend affirmations for healing that and creating basically a whole new story within your mind, and trying to let go of that old story. You really cannot move forward until you do that. It's an essential part of this journey. At some point, you really have to let go of that old negative story and start seeing them as their higher self, seeing the soul level connection, and see past the 3D aspects and the 3D things that happened, and really start understanding why those things did happen, and to stop blaming them and start taking your own accountability and really start acknowledging where it may have actually come from. So this is really important, to take accountability, even though we feel like it's coming from the outside, that they did it and so we can blame them. If they're your twin flame, you did it to yourself, is what happened, and it was done to you and for you, for your own good, for you to actually see the things and the areas that you need to heal. So this is, like I said, it's important that you try to move past that, because again, you will not be able to, it will keep you stuck. It's going to keep you really stuck if you have a negative view and image and thoughts and feelings of your twin. Our thoughts and our feelings are extremely powerful. Okay, that's what creates everything in this 3D. It's from the inside. Whatever thoughts and feelings you have that you're holding on to, whether good or bad, is what's going to play out in the 3D. So if you can replace those negative thoughts and emotions with positive thoughts and emotions for your twin, things will start turning around and things will, start to improve. But again, it's a process. It's not magic. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time to actually believe that new story too. It takes time. And you have to be prepared on this journey to be really patient and just allow time to heal the situation too. But anyway, I will go ahead and finish off here. I thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.